Did you know that Newsom Eziumo Wike, the minister of FCT, or the current minister of FCT, was once a minister of state during Jonathan administration? Most of you may be aware that Rotimi Amechi and Wike could not work together. Rotimi eventually left office for Newsom Wike. But what happened? They had a back and front. And the same thing now is happening under Fubara. But what I want to point out to you here is this. Do you know that the reason why Wike was given that ministerial position was because he was into serious kind of depression? Anyway, let me not speak much. Hear from the horse's mouth.
There are decisions you just implement. As a governor, there's what Nigerian politicians call you must consult. Now, by the time we were ready to nominate ministers, we agreed to nominate somebody, and we nominated the person. The person was accepted. When the person was not accepted, so we replaced the person with another person. Now, there's one ministerial nomination that came to the office of the chairman of the governor's forum, which is the Minister of State for South-South, and it was given to me. Again, in this issue of Nigerian politicians, when they say you must carry us along, I came back home and said, listen, the president has agreed that I should nominate Minister of State for South-South. Who do we send? A friend of mine and his friend, who he brought to us, and now we own him as our friend, because he remained with us despite the fact that this man went away. Juma, who became my commissioner for commerce, now advised that our friend is a bit depressed since I removed him as chief of staff. That we don't want to have a medical crisis in our hand. I won't see the details. That if we don't want to have the medical crisis in our hand, we should please put him forward. That he thinks that the federal government can control his activities. So if we put him forward, he thinks that the president, and he may not be as reckless as he will be in the state. I knew he wasn't qualified to be my government. It was just because Chuma came with that advice. If Chuma didn't come with that advice, and that is the worst advice I've accepted in life, and that is the worst decision I've made in life. To have listened to Chuma and put him forward when I knew who he was. I was overwhelmed by the number of people who spoke to me about the issue of the consequences. And if we don't want to lose a friend, then we must swallow the bitter pill.
This is one of the reasons why some people will now be believing that Newsom Wike probably, the reason why he is fighting for Bharat so dearly, among other issues, maybe it's because of what happened between him and Rotimi Amechi. You know, people that talk too much, like someone said, most times when they open their mouth and talk all the time, they don't allow you to talk, they want to be in charge and all of that. Those are the people that are scared, they are afraid. So they feel like the more they talk, they keep on intimidating you and keep saying things to keep you down in order for them to make their point known. Rotimi Amechi is a very silent person. When you look at Wike, Wike is so vocal. When you look at Fubara is a very quiet person. But going by what Rotimi Amechi just said, can we actually say that this is the reason why Wike is fighting for Bora so dearly? Because he don't want to go into any form of depression right now. Because if he loses everything now, he has lost it forever. There is no any political position that will get to him ever in this country again, except the ministerial position. Wike is not this type that will go into the Senate and be a good senator. But anyway, what do? What do you think about this? Do you think that he was compensated so that he don't go into depression? And probably because of the fact that the 2023 election, the higgy-hagga that went around the whole election, he was as well compensated with the Ministry of FCT? Let's have a take at the comment section. Thank you for watching.